All righty. All right, this is the Big House Rehearsal with Drea, Jam, and Just, and we're gonna get started. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. So this is gonna be the first full read through of the Big House. I'm excited to hear y'all's character. To get y'all in the zone, as far as like visualizing the place, it's a dark, stormy night. And it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. We're in the pier. Imagine any like sea town. I say it's set in the inner harbor, but it can be anywhere. Any pier, any dock, seafood restaurant. The place is like a mess. It's dusty. It's under renovation. They got furniture wrapped up in plastic soon. By the morning time, it's going to be the grand reopening. So in a lot of ways, this is like the climax to that. And what happens throughout the dialogue is that we get a lot of what is going on in the world, but the people have to express it. So there's going to be a lot of emotion involved, literally water, just what water symbolizes, understanding like the emotional turmoil that these characters are going through. And as the play progresses, they're not afraid to express that. For whatever reason, this night is just a magical night. You know, this night is going to be like, it's going to be a crazy ass night. The waiter is literally an allegory for just that, like someone who is waiting for the right time, waiting to be who they are. But in this context, literally waiting to quit, finding the right time to quit. I changed the name of the Jam character to the man so that no one has an identity, really. No one calls anyone by their name. It's more so their title. And this is to speak on the circumstance that they're in. They work, you know, the boss, whose name is Thomas Barnes, he just looks at them as who they are. Like, you're the waiter and you're the fisher. But they're more than that. And the fisher is literally that mystical character who comes in on the stormy night, was out catching the catch for the next day, and has this near-death experience. And she comes back in the eye of the storm. She comes back. This is the climax of the play, and she's like, "I saw an angel." And then she shares her testimony. It kind of breaks a lot of the kind of mundane tension that's being built up all the way to this point. And the fisher is literally representing that Piscean like delusional spirituality, but it's not coming across as something that could be palpable. So I would ask for you just to like tap into that, like that kind of spoken word, artsy, phonetic, ebonic, and also just something that we're not used to in this world. Something foreign, something alien, something creative and artistic, just like a little bit off, if that makes sense. And you come and you break the mundane, and you open us up to like the mystical realm. But then it's still comedy, because that's a way to receive these kind of bigger concepts, is like to laugh at it. Oh yeah, the big house is an allegory for purgatory. The big house, like I think of like the slammer, like the big house, like, oh, we're gonna take him to the big house. So essentially all the characters are dead. Sorry if that makes things more complicated or not, my bad. But just to know that like this is like purgatory. Everyone is dead here. But this is just what happens when people are transitioning. They literally just imagined themselves in this circumstance. So if that helps you, I hope it does. If that makes you be like, Jan, what you just say? Then you just say all that now, everyone dead. I hope that the play answers that question, like just by, reading it. I'm gonna shut up now. Let me share my screen. If y'all got anything to say on that, let me know while I set up like this whole tech stuff. Share it.
Justin, you have anything to say?
Because I don't. Okay, cool. I'm excited. I'm ready.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let me. How's this? Just. I can do 200. Is that better or worse?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Sometimes like making it too big, it's like, all right. I will read all the stage directions. I would ask when it comes to the yeah, I'll read all the stage directions. If you could pause, like in moments like this, I'm gonna just highlight it here. if you could pause and wait for me to say that, just because it would help to inform your line or how you're going to deliver the line. Usually when directions are right underneath the character's name, it's like a direction. Or to inform how you would say it. All right, and I'll do all the stage directions on the right. I'll do all of those. Okay. Y'all want to do a warm-up or y'all want to just dive right into it?
When you say warm up, you mean like
Yeah.
A quick little lip trill, a quick little breathe in, breathe out. Yeah. In through your nose and out your nose. In through your nose or out and out your mouth. Breathe in through your mouth and out your nose. And then breathe in your mouth and then breathe out through the mouth. And do a little shake. And do a little shake. And do a little shake. I like to this is just like massaging your face. So building up the friction in between your hands. Like will it get hot, and then finding where your jaw hinges on the side of your face and just rubbing that out. And you can take that friction to the rest of your face. Just really right here where we hold a lot of tension, where we might not know it. That's where our jaw hinges at. You're just finding, like massaging that. Like, all right, we about to activate. You can stay there. I think of lip trills if you can do it. We can start low, like. And you can find where your voice breaks. Just embrace it. Embrace the voice crack. That lets you know where your, obviously your vocal limit is. And it's good. That's how we expand it. That's how we expand our range, by finding our limits. You can imagine you're chewing like a big old piece of gum, like 3 bubblicious, like the big fat ones. You like chewing 3 of them at the same time. So you can like start to move your face. This can like wake up muscles that are in your face. Anyone know any tongue twisters? Oh, and get your Walker.
Woodpecker, woodchucker, whatever.
Oh yeah. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
And then to say and accentuate every time, like chuck, like even if you gotta like move your face weird, but to accentuate, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck?
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck wood.
Woodchuck could chuck wood.
Yup. That's like another way. Yeah, to kind of activate the consonants. Pop, 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 cut, 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 ta, 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 da, da, da. And just doing like a variation of those things, like ba ba ba, ba ba ba, sa sa sa, ta ta ta. Ba ba ba, sa sa sa, ta ta ta. Boo boo boo, su su su, tu tu tu. And like really accentuating those T's. Yeah. We can get into it. How y'all feel? Anything else we need? Anything else we need?
I was about to say the only tongue twisters I know is Nicki Minaj. So
Gratata. That gave me an idea. I would do like, all right, recite this Nicki verse. That's a warm up. But
For
all right,
real though.
anything else we need?
Um,
Neck massage, quick little neck thing. Yeah, there's no such thing as too loud, and you're never doing the wrong thing. You're never performing wrong. I want to hear. I'm listening for interpretation. Like, I'm not listening for the right words, because even then, I don't know if y'all noticed last time, as y'all were saying it, I was like rewording the words, the lines, how y'all were saying it, because the goal is for it to come across as like how you would naturally talk. So there's no such thing as let me say it again. I said it wrong. Like, no, you said it how you said it. The word,
Okay.
like, if that makes sense.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I was thinking of repeating phrases as like, because if like emotions, sometimes they do repeat phrases like "I'm alive."
Yeah,
I'm
no,
alive. Twice.
I do that a lot with the Fisher's words. You'll see that a lot. And if there's moments that you want to add more to that or draw back, go for it. Because that to me, that sounds natural, like how people would talk. And that's, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to get into it. So, this is Lost Dogs Chase Tales Book 5, The Big House, written by the world premiere. The cast is the man, the waiter, the fisher, and also the newscaster. Oh, wait, hold on. We're not going to get started. Dre going to use the bathroom. All right, so quick pause. All right. Quick break. All right, and we back. All right, so the cast, the man, the waiter, the fisher, the newscaster, and Thomas Barnes. 1:03 a.m. inside the Big House Seafood Restaurant. The waiter is humming along to Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega, playing from her headphones. She goes from behind the bar through the swing doors to the kitchen, performing her waiter duties. The front door swings open. The man enters, frazzled. He swipes his feet a few times along the welcome mat and lifts his raincoat hood. His eyes squint as they adjust to the bright, almost blue fluorescent lights coming from the restaurant ceiling. The waiter does not notice him. The man looks around, taking in the atmosphere of the restaurant. It's a small space. Some construction materials are piled in the corner. Newly moved in furniture and artwork pieces with the plastic covers. Murals of nautical sea creatures are painted along the perimeter of the restaurant. The paintings wrap around the entire restaurant until they meet at the edge where the bar is placed at the left corner. The bar sits underneath a giant ship coming out of the wall, protruding outwards towards the seating area of the restaurant. The ship installation includes cosmic designs along the starboard, leading to the steering mast. A figurehead of a mermaid is placed at the bow of the ship. The seating area is preset, some round tables in the shape of steering masts coming from the floor. The booths surround the border of the seating area. On top of them are fish nets that contain various stuffed sea animals. A lantern dangles from the roof of each booth. The bar area contains a swing door which leads to the kitchen. The kitchen is never seen. Along the wall of the bar area are various health inspection certificates. Maryland Department of Labor State Service Business. There are also reviews. Best Darn Crab Cake in Baltimore, 2009, and Best New Seafood Restaurant, 1996. The man takes in the atmosphere and brings his attention to the bar, which is dark. He takes his coat off and sits at the end of the bar, closest to the bar entrance. Suddenly, a raven from inside of its cage calls hysterically to let the waiter know there is a customer. Singing aloud,
and I'm turned into the horoscope and looking for the funnies when I'm feeling someone watching me, and so I raised my head.
the waiter notices the man. He gives her a common smile. The waiter's eyes widen and she immediately pivots back into the kitchen. The raven flaps its wings and calls from the kitchen on the phone through her earphone.
Damn it. Damn. Damn, I knew it. The same night Mr. Barnes had me put up that 24-hour sign, there was bound to be someone walking in at all kinds of odd hours. It's a man, I think. Yeah, girl, I got my mace. I'm not playing with the city. Yep, I told your ass. Yeah. All right, let me go out there and start him.
I won't bother you too much, just avoiding the storm. No response. The man stays put. Him and the Raven make eye contact. The waiter returns with reserved enthusiasm.
Hello. Here's the menu. Only certain items are available after midnight. The entire place is being rebranded, as you can see by the construction. Tomorrow's our grand reopening. I'm sure you don't mind the mess. Can I get you some coffee to start?
Water, actually, please. Thank you. Reopening. How long has this place been here? The waiter disappears. She steps back into the kitchen. The Raven calls. All right. From inside the kitchen on the phone.
Girl, now he's trying to make small talk. I cannot. I have way too much to do right now. And the last thing I need is some airhead walking in, slowly easing his way into talking about his life problems. Yes. Okay, here I go.
The waiter walks through the swing doors.
Here you go.
Thank you. So I have a question about the menu.
Like what? Everything's self-explanatory, sir. This place is like any old seafood joint.
Yeah, but I'd like to get a recommendation. How's the seafood dumpling?
Good.
Okay. The bottom of the barrel crab cake?
Unavailable after midnight, but good.
How about the...
Sir, I can't. Scratch that. I refuse to do this with you all night. I have a cleaning list to catch up on. Now, what will it be?
All right, I want to take a quick pause and ask you, Drea, how does this read? Because this is what I imagine for tone, right? Sir, I can't. Scratch that. I refuse. So is there something that like grammatically that can be done with that line?
Okay.
Sir, I can't.
See,
No.
when I was reading I can't, I was just like thinking like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I like that. No,
okay.
That's just a good note. So,
okay,
sir, I can't. Scratch that. I refuse.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. And again, just going back to just like she's saying what she's thinking in real time. Like, sir, no. Oh no, scratch that. Can we take it from that line?
Okay, cool.
All right.
Can you start from, let's start from like, okay, unavailable after midnight.
Okay.
Unavailable after midnight, but good.
How about the...
Sir, I can't. Scratch that. I refuse to do this with you all night. I have a cleaning list to catch up on. Now, what will it be?
I'll have the hush puppies, please.
Thank you.
The waiter yells through the kitchen window.
Basket of hushers.
The waiter walks through the swing door on the phone.
Girl, yeah. I got me one of them out there at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now I can see if it was 7, 8, 9 a.m. Right. No kind of life. That's not the midnight diner. Oh, okay. I thought I read that wrong. That's not the midnight diner. You're not about to come in here and have a heart to heart. Oh no, honey. You're gonna come in here, eat this food, and go on your way. Girl, what? All right. How you doing out there? You still planning to be back by 2, right? Okay, just checking. It's still raining out there? Please be safe. Hello? Damn.
The call drops. The waiter peeps her head through the kitchen window to check on the man. He reaches for the television remote across the bar.
Sorry, sir. The power behind the bar is out, so you won't be able to watch TV.
Oh, okay. Seems like the rain's picking up out there. I wanted to get a weather update.
There's a portable radio right here. I'll turn it on.
The waiter reaches through the kitchen window to turn on the radio. Radio static. The signal changes as the waiter shuffles through to find the news report. Bits of songs may play, for instance, a clip from Tide is High by Blondie, Umbrella by Rihanna, I Can't Stand the Rain by Ann Peebles. This is WURL, Baltimore's premier newscast. Tonight's segment, Eye of the Storm. We'll be tracking the progress of what is now being classified, static noises, F3, as we are approaching the eye of the storm. The mayor is now being pressured to declare a state of emergency. Declaring now will ensure the speediness of power restoration in local communities for the countless expected outages this storm is sure to bring. Damn. Already planning for the worst, huh?
That's all they can do, man. All these poor people want is their power back.
Is that too much to ask?
Apparently.
The waiter initiates a phone call. No response. She leaves a voice message.
Hey, not sure if the call dropped last time, but I heard the storm is getting bad, like hurricane bad. I think you should try and get back here ASAP. Call me.
Hey, you know what? Actually, okay, can we do a quick pause? I wanna read through, but like I also want to spend this time in giving quick notes just because I'm not sure if there's another time that we can meet. So just really quick, like this phone call is a little bit different from the other phone calls because shit's getting a little scary out there. And this is gonna kind of establish a relationship between the waiter and the fisher. They're co-workers and they're friends. She's like, all right, hey. Like, I'm not sure, it gets more, it gets more sentimental with this particular phone call. Like, damn, and she ain't pick up. Like, hey, so it gets a little softer, if that makes sense. Yeah, it gets softer there.
Okay. All right. So. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, not sure if the call dropped last time, but I just heard the storm is getting bad, like hurricane bad. I think you should try and get back ASAP. Call me.
Hey, you know what? Actually, can I get me a pot of coffee and creamer?
Sir, please make up your damn mind. I can't balance having to.
It's just then. Okay, and then quick pause too, Drea. Then that's going to create that juxtaposition of you going from like really soft and like, hey, call me. What's going on? Sir, make up your damn mind. Like it's just going back and forth and just showing that.
Okay.
For like a little comedic effect too of like, damn, I got like you literally have to battle and you say it. You're like, I can't.
Shit going on in the world right now.
You want coffee and creamer?
Together. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, bet. So yeah, I'll move on to the newscaster. This just in. The mayor has officially declared a state of emergency. He is advising that everyone find shelter immediately as the eye of the storm moves in on our city. Please be safe. Let me add this. That sounds better. The man. Well, it looks like I'll be staying here a bit longer than expected. To the chef.
Them hashes ready? Bet.
The phone rings.
Hey, oh my goodness, yes. Yes, come back now. It's a state of emergency. Them fishes will be there tomorrow. Girl, I'm about to go back out there and serve this food and get back to scrubbing the floor. Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm gonna start over. Hey, oh my goodness. Yes, come back now. It's a state of emergency. Them fishes will be there tomorrow. Girl, I'm about to get back out there and serve this food and get back to scrubbing this floor. You know Barnes. Hold on. You know Barnes ain't gonna close this place down on the day of the reopening. Right. I'm gonna need your help lifting this customer. Working my nerves right now. Yes. You think so? Next thing I know, he gonna ask me what my sign is.
The waiter walks through the swing door with the coffee pot and creamer in hand. Irky. So, what's your sign? The waiter slams the pot and creamer on the table. You know I can hear you back there, right?
Sir, this is my first night working the 24-hour shift. I'm the only server on the floor tonight. Everybody else had since to take off because of the storm. Which means on top of wearing this stupid uniform, I have to get through the cleaning list, tally up our supplies in the back, serve customers, count the registers, and try and sneak a smoke break in. The very last thing I needed was a complete stranger coming in here at 1 o'clock in the morning, begging for someone to talk to him.
Thunder strikes outside. The raven calls. The waiter attempts to soothe the raven.
All right, hush. Oh, all right, shh. It's just a little storm. Yep, that's right. A little storm here. Shh. Some hush puppies, your favorite. Now hush.
Look, just like that bird, I'm terrified of thunderstorms. The thought that electricity can strike you down where you stand is... The raven calls. The man screams. The waiter laughs. I figured since you and me are going to be cooped up in here for a minute, we play one round of 21 questions.
Sir?
Just one round while I wait for my meal. And
you mean until the rain?
And I won't bother you for the rest of the night. Yeah, no, it's cool.
You mean until the rain lets up and let you leave?
Whichever comes first.
You promise you'll leave me alone when we're done?
Here. Pinky promise. Holds out his pinky.
I don't know where your hand's been. Fine.
The pinky promise. The waiter runs to the sink to wash her hands. As she speaks.
But no double questions. If you try and ask 2 questions in a row, the other person gets to ask 2 questions that go towards the 21. Got it? No taking too long to answer questions, no cop-outs, and I can sense when people are BSing. No repeating questions, that gets real boring real fast. No personal questions and no...
Whoa. Define personal questions.
Only ask about stuff that you can see in this restaurant. Nothing outside here is your business.
All right.
I'll start. 1. What are you doing here of all places at 1 o'clock in the morning?
So I want to make a quick note in the play right here. This is where this is kind of like a shift. So it kind of gets elevated as far as now the 2 characters were strangers. Now they have something to connect them to each other. So there's this kind of like new engagement that the waiter has. Ultimately, her objective is to get it over with. So, but what I'm saying from a director note is like, you're into it. The waiter is into it. Like, all right, okay, you got my attention. So what? So now you're invested. Now you're kind of a little more emotionally invested into the stranger, and this would be a shift within the play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right. So, all right. Can you start it? All right.
All right.
I'll start. 1. What are you doing here of all places 1 o'clock in the morning?
To avoid the thunderstorm. 2. What is that?
No, that's not what I meant. Like, where did you come from before being here? And where are you heading after you leave?
That's a double question. I get to ask 2 questions now. The waiter sighs. Question 2. What's with the bird?
3 months ago, I rescued her from out on the docks. She was the last one in her flock, biting off some seagulls for the leftover scraps we had throughout. She was holding her own until a whole troop of seagulls came. And I don't know why she wouldn't just fly away. She was fighting them all by herself. Her wings got all torn up and everything.
To the raven.
Hold on.
Okay.
I got a baby.
Quick cut. Quick pause. But yeah, no, that's good. And it's about a third of the way done. My goal is that it lasts 30 minutes total, tops. And that seemed to be about 10 minutes. Are there any notes? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
She may be in the background, but I'm gonna just keep talking. But
Okay.
she shouldn't be that loud.
And we like I was just saying we like a third of the way done. It's probably like 20 more minutes of the play.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can
She
bring you
was
back
fighting them all by herself. Her wings got all torn up and everything.
to the Raven.
Must have been one good crab cake, huh, Ray?
The Raven calls in response. The waiter laughs.
So when I started to see blood, I stopped recording. I stopped recording the fight on my phone and went in and shooed the seagulls off her. I brought her back into the kitchen, cleaned up her wounds and fed her, and I let her back outside, but she kept flying back here at the same time every night. I guess she lost her flock, or maybe she just loves the food here. She's in here tonight for the same reason you're in here, to avoid the rain.
To the Raven.
I hope you don't think I'm holding you hostage, Ray. It's just for your own good, okay? Until the storm passes, then you can fly to wherever you go when you're not here, okay?
The Raven flaps its wings.
All right, my go. 3. Where are you coming from? Where were you coming from before here, and where are you heading after?
My go, remember? You asked the double question. Question 3. What's your favorite Bible story and why?
And what makes you think I read the Bible?
The cross earrings you're wearing?
These were just on sale.
So you don't have a favorite Bible story.
This is such a random question, but if I have to answer, I would say the Noah's Ark story.
That's so good. Wait, quick pause. That's good. I didn't think of that, but like you are just like the Noah's Ark story. Like it really is just like, man, if I gotta think of something, that was the first. That's so good. I'm gonna keep a note of that.
Okay.
My bad. I'll be having my geeky out moments. Page 11. No, that's really good. The Noah's Ark story. Okay. Page 11. All right. Okay, then there's a pause. So yeah, the waiter says that. I would say the Noah's Ark story. Pause. What's your favorite Bible story and why?
And why? Because that's the only one I can remember from Sunday school. Sister Rivera had us do this church play, and I remember playing Noah's wife. What was my line? I forget. Noah, you are my husband, and I love you dearly, but it will be impossible to gather 2 of every animal. Then Noah was like, with the help from God, we will gather all the animals, and I will build a great ark to avoid the flood, and we will praise God forever and ever. Ew. I hated that kid who was Noah. He was my date to prom. Come to think of it, that story still blows me. Like a massive flood that comes and wipes out the entire world, and Noah and his family are the only ones to survive. I know those people who didn't believe him was salty. Wait, I had a dream about this. I saw this exact scene in my dream.
Thoroughly interested. You don't say. Realize that she's been talking way too long.
Look, he was not about to have me monologuing. I don't think I forgot. I answered your questions. Now my turn.
Yeah, thank
Question 4. Where are you coming from? Where were you coming from before here, and where are you heading after?
The man pauses, the sound of water swelling inside the pipes, a buildup, followed by a slow leak. Wait, did you hear that?
Don't try avoiding my question. This was your idea.
No, for real. Listen.
Ugh, let me go find a damn bucket.
The waiter runs through the swing doors. She yells from the kitchen.
But don't think I'm not keeping these ears open for your answer to question 3. Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
The waiter returns.
Hello? No taking too long on questions. Remember, say something.
The waiter places the bucket underneath the leak. The water drops echo off the empty bucket. I don't remember where I came from.
No cop-outs.
No, for real. I seriously can't remember what I was doing before I got here. Where's my phone? The man checks his pant pocket for his phone. The waiter pulls out her phone and uses the flashlight to assess the water leak.
Gonna document this so Mr. Barnes can take care of it in the morning.
I can't believe I ain't checked my phone since I've been in here.
Let me go grab the ladder.
The waiter pulls the ladder from the swing door and prompts it next to the bucket. She begins to climb up. Ugh, it's dead. To the waiter. Say, you mind plugging in my phone to charge? From atop the ladder, paying attention to the water leak.
Kind of occupied at the moment. There's a charger behind the bar. Plug it in there yourself.
Nervously walking towards the bar. Plug it in myself during a thunderstorm. All right. Taking pictures of the leak to herself.
Yeah. Oh, she's talking to herself.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. Okay, can you read this for me? Because I think last time I was reading this, I didn't really know how to read it.
So this is a part in the play where visually it would be the characters are separate. So they were together, answer question. Now they separated. So these are kind of like the talking to yourself phases, like while you're doing activities. So she, the waiter is literally on top of a ladder, seeing where the leak is coming from, but she's speaking out loud. She's saying her thoughts, and then the man character is doing that, but just over there. So this is just a moment of like dissonance. So.
Okay.
Yes, sir, Mr. Barnes. So like she's coming up with an imaginary conversation that she'll have when she has to explain this leak. So it'll go something like this. Yes, sir, Mr. Barnes. This is going to be your problem to deal with in the morning because I don't get paid to fix leaks. No, sir. Make sure I document this. You know, it's like, who are you talking to? Yeah. But yeah, she's in her world.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir. Mr. Barnes, this is going to be your problem to deal with in the morning because I don't get paid to fix leaks. No, sir. Make sure I document this.
The man is searching for the outlet. Say, if you were to ask a question like, what's your biggest fear? For example, I would have responded with something like, being electrocuted during a thunderstorm.
Are you serious? I'll plug it in. Hold on. Dang.
No. It's cool. I'm cool. See? The man plugs the charger into the socket. No charge signal. To the waiter. Hey, does your charger not work or...
Flip this extension cord on, genius.
Right. So this is a moment like they're not face to face. Real quick break. They are not face to face. They're like talking in their separate areas in the restaurant. So that is like, hey, does your charger work? Flip this extension cord on, genius. But it's like indirect.
Okay.
Oh, right. The man reaches for the extension cord plug behind the bar. He's shaking. Then flip. Sigh of relief. Whew, that was easy. Hey, I thought you said the power behind the bar wasn't working.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, it's not supposed to.
Before the waiter can finish her sentence, the lights behind the bar power up and flicker. The television turns on, revealing security camera footage coming from 5 different camera angles in and around the Big House Seafood Restaurant. A power-on sound comes from a security camera sitting on top of the swing doors, which leads to the kitchen, facing the bar. Another security camera powers on from above the cash register. The waiter and the man stand in silence. All you can hear is the storm picking up outside. Then the restaurant landline phone blares out a loud ringtone, startling the Raven. The waiter propels herself to the Raven. Then she pivots, instead running towards the phone. She's conflicted. To the man.
Sit on the bar stool and look like a satisfied customer.
But I'm not. Clenching her mouth, her teeth don't shut. The man, yeah, and Dre, if it's like one of those like right now, like one of those like
right, okay,
right now, like the man sits. The phone continues to ring. The waiter takes her apron off and covers the bird cage. The raven's wings are flapping ferociously. The waiter shuffles the bird cage through the seating area and into the kitchen. As this is happening, the man answers the phone. Thanks for calling the Big House Seafood Restaurant, home of Baltimore's bottom of the barrel crab cake. Now open 24 hours. How may I help you? Oh, Mr. Barnes, owner of the Big House Seafood Restaurant, home of Baltimore's bottom of the barrel crab cake, now open 24 hours. Who am I? My name. Well, sir, I don't really remember. We threw out his name. No, I haven't been drinking. It's just last I recall was me walking into this restaurant. Ah! The waiter yanks the phone from the man's hands and motions him to sit on the bar stool.
Hey, hey, Mr. Barnes. Who was that? That was me, sir.
Mimicking the man.
Well, sir, I really don't remember. Last I recall was.
Back to her voice.
See, fooled you, huh? You can see from the cameras above the kitchen door.
The waiter motions her hand left and right.
So you can see me waving right now. Thank God for these new upgrades, right?
Sir, I'm just a customer here, avoiding the storm, but I must say, quite a successful first night as a 24-hour joint. The man and the waiter look out into the seating area. Nobody's there. Silence. All that can be heard is the leak and the storm brewing outside. Well, the food here is exquisite and the service, top tier. Covering the phone's mouthpiece, whispering to the man.
Shut up.
Back to the phone.
Right, sir. Oh, hold on. Elliot, I wasn't talking to you.
I had that moment too. I was like, oh.
Why she started shushing me? Like, girl, I wasn't even talking to you.
I wasn't talking to you. That's so funny.
Okay. I'm gonna just skip that one.
All right, right.
Right, sir. Yeah, so the storm must have knocked the power out behind the bar, but looks like it's back on down. Huh, yep. You won't be making it back in the morning? You won't be making it back in the morning? Flight delays. You and your wife set sail for Canes? That's lovely, sir. But, well, I'd love to stay and chat, but you did assign me a pretty long list of things to do tonight in preparation for the reopening in the morning. On top of having to serve, on top of being the only person working tonight. So I should go. Oh, you want to speak to the customer, sir?
The waiter hesitates. She covers the mouthpiece of the phone and whispers,
Please don't mention anything about the bird. Please.
pinky promise.
Stop.
She hands the man the phone and goes through the swing door. Hello, sir. Oh, yeah. And I really meant it. The atmosphere here is just great. Just a little storm here, man. Thunder strikes. I mean, sir. Yeah. I was saying that when I walked in. I had no idea this place even existed. Get out. 1994, huh? Well, best of luck to you in these new renovations. Just wish I could try that bottom of the barrel crab cake. But the waitress let me know that there was that only certain items. Oh, hold on. But the waitress let me know that was one of the items not available after midnight. So I'll just settle for the. Huh. You don't say. Every item. Well, in that case, I'll take me two of those crab cakes. And what else? The waiter glares through the kitchen window. The man grabs a menu from off of the bar. Well, sir, what do you recommend? The crab boil. Yes, please, one of those. And yes, I'm quite hungry, sir. An order of the crab cakes to the waiter. Are you getting this? The waiter grabs the phone through the kitchen window and hangs it up.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, wait. I'm not even there yet. Go ahead.
Hey.
Oh. Did you hear me?
No, wait, did you say it?
Oh, yeah. What part did you not hear me on?
I did. I was waiting for what are you laughing at?
Oh, what are you laughing at?
You. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, right away, sir. Oh, no, sir.
It's called having to deal with people on the job. What do you even do for work anyway? ... Exactly.
Why are you putting up with all of this? I mean, clearly you hate working here.
Who said that? Wait, don't answer that. You still have to answer the question I asked you.
I told you I don't remember. Maybe when my phone turns back on.
I can't.
She walks away. Allowed?
You try to connect with someone. Hold on. You try to connect with someone and they still want to withhold information. Like, sir, you're probably just some health inspector. You're not that important.
The restaurant phone rings. The waiter and the man race to it. The man gets to the phone first. The waiter tries to grab the phone through the kitchen window, but the man points to the camera above the cash register. The waiter yields. Hello? Oh, yeah, sir. Must have been a bad connection. Storm is still brewing. Yeah, everything's fine. Thank you. Sir? This may sound silly, but I was playing a round of 21 questions with your fabulous waitress here. And, to pass the time, and well, since she's hard at work, fixing the food, cleaning and whatnot, I figured I could just ask you a couple of questions about the restaurant, if you have the time. Great. Okay. I believe we were on question 5. All right. Now, I quite fancy the artwork hanging on the walls. What is this one above the hostess stand? The Octavian victory at the Battle of Naval Battle of Actium. Is that Rome, sir? Oh, yes. And then the one above the bar here. The Wrath of Medusa. Oh, I'm finding a theme here, sir. All right. Last questions. No triple questions. Last one, sir. I promise. Pinky, in fact. What's this plaque you got above the cash register with the taxidermy animals? I never quite understood hunting animals for sport, unless that sport is an eating competition. Am I right? But there seems to be some sort of engraving here. Right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You know what, sir? I agree. Hold on. To the waiter. Mr. Barnes says you should tell me about this plaque here on the wall. He says something about a hospitality policy, practicing the new script for the incoming tourists.
You're lucky we're being watched.
Oh, lighten up. You gotta admit, this is helping to pass the time. The waiter pulls out index cards from her apron. She reads aloud.
Our proud owner, Mr. Thomas Barnes, founded the Big House Seafood Restaurant in 1994 and opened the restaurant in 1995. By 96, the restaurant had won the hearts and stomachs of local Baltimoreans coming to and from the Inner Harbor. The restaurant captured the hearts. Does it say it twice, or am I reading it twice?
It does say it twice, yep.
Okay. The restaurant captured the hearts and stomachs of tourists all over the world after an episode of The Wire was filmed here in 2002. Home of the world's most delicious seafood dishes, the Big House has rivaled the likes of Red Lobster, Phillips, Papa's, and more recently, the Crafty Crab. The Baltimore Sun called their. I gotta hold on.
No, that's making me think.
Okay. The Baltimore, it's because it's so dim and I can't even freaking see. Hold on. Brightness. Sorry, y'all. I just switched over to an Android and I barely know. Okay. All right. I'm gonna start from here. The Baltimore Sun called their crab cakes banging good. Thomas Barnes says his recipe for the world famous bottom of the barrel crab cake is simple craft sauce and a whole lot of barrels. We only select the crabs from the bottom of the barrel for our crab cakes, says Barnes. The ones at the top, they're too eager, too aggressive. The ones at the bottom, they know their fate. They're familiar with the hunt. So we make sure to prioritize the bottom of the barrel curmudgeons, and then put the ones scrounging for escape at the top back at the bottom and start the process all over again. In honor of the great fisherman who has come before him, Thomas Barnes has decorated the restaurant with family artifacts. You might notice the Alaskan king crab, the prehistoric what's the word?
Pulmonoscorpius. We about to get
Pulmonoscorpius.
Latined out. Pulmonoscorpius kirktonesis.
The prehistoric Pulmonoscorpius.
Uh-huh.
And curtinesis.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Pulmonoscorpius and I'm saying and child. Hold on. Pulmonoscorpius.
Kirktonesis. I think that'll be actually really funny to even pronounce it like that. This is an actual thing too. But
okay, the prehistoric Pulmonoscorpius curtinesis of Scotland and the twin rainbow color Atlantic codfish.
the waiter has moved from the swing doors to the extension cord. She unplugs it, turning off the security camera system, the television, and the phone. Hey, what gives? I wanted to learn about the pool kurtosis scorpion thing.
Forget this job.
Question 6. Why don't you just quit then?
Excuse me?
Clearly, you hate working.
I don't hate working. I just hate working here. This transition, the script, the camera, the security camera, the new artwork. Did Mr. Barnes mention to you he's gonna be $3 million in the can after these renovations? Forget canes, you in the can. Keeping the power on 24 hours, paying the loan off on those security cameras. Why are you watching me? Why aren't you here for your own grand opening? So you and Canes, huh? How's Canes, Barney? That's great. Me, how I'm doing? Well, I'm emptying the cans here, Barnes, and throwing away all the pre-made cream of crab soup. Tell the Baltimore Sun about that recipe, you jackass. Oh no, I'm just here working all night and day, like a Michael Jackson song. Yeah, well, this is it. This is it.
I know you said no repeating questions, but again, why don't you just quit? Or at least tell Mr. Barnes yourself on how you feel.
Look, the jig is up, okay? I know you're the health inspector or the secret customer or somebody Barnes sent to check on me. I could tell just by the way you talk to him on the phone. You must be here to audit, evaluate, whatever it is y'all do. I'm not going to quit just because I don't like how things are running. But if you are going to report back to Barnes, tell him this. Something has to be done about this place. The usual crowd that got this place where it is not coming out to eat anymore. They're ordering in. We don't do deliveries. Tell Barnes to spend money on a delivery app. Hell, have you ever met a pescatarian who eats out frequently? I thought so. Vegans the only ones eating out these days. No options for them here. Can you get some Beyond Fish meat or something? I bet it'd be cheaper than having fresh catch of the day. The fisher here has to sail halfway down the Chesapeake just to get some damn cod. Hell, spice it up. Do some sushi or something. You tell Mr. Barnes that it's going to take more than just some razzle dazzle with the artwork to spruce this place up. It's going to take surveys, doing the research, asking your community, your customers what they want. And please, God, please get rid of these damn security cameras.
That was very good. I want to do a quick pause. I already started to rearrange some words as you were saying it, and just hearing out so really quickly, just hearing how you were delivering those lines. I'm gonna add a couple things. Asking your customers, your employees, and then I just added up here, like when you said like the jig is up, or the waiter says the jig is up, you must be here to audit, evaluate, whatever it is y'all do. Yes, I unplugged the cameras. You got me. Like just a quick little like You know, like a quick little confession.
Like the jig is up, girl.
Yeah, like,
you
all right.
me, I don't care. What is you doing? I'm gonna keep
And I was
this.
inspired just by how you were delivering on the art. That's what okay, but that's really good. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Like, damn, you got me. And again, it's that same like, who is the waiter talking to? It's like, who is she talking
we didn't
to?
even go there yet. Like you
She's-
were there.
So yeah, keep with that. Keep with that. Like, who am I talking to? But you passive aggressive, indirect. Yeah, it's so good. So all right. The man sits on the bar stool with his phone in his hand, still waiting to turn on. Thunderstrike. The raven calls from the kitchen. The waiter runs to the kitchen. The man hides underneath the bar. The power in the entire restaurant goes out. So yeah, that's that one of those big old monologues that's like supercharged emotionally, and then so much so that the power goes out.
Okay.
The man hides underneath the bar. The power in the entire restaurant goes out. The bird cage falls, letting out the raven. The waiter shrieks. She tries to capture the raven, but it is resisting, leaving scars on the waiter's arms. The raven continues to fly around the kitchen. 1 second. Water break, and we're back. Okay. So the man's scared now. Okay. You can plug the restaurant back into the socket now. Hey, you all right?
No, Ray.
The back doors to the restaurant flies open from the large winds. Boxes and trash fly around the kitchen. The winds open the swing door, blowing over receipts, napkins, utensils, etc. The raven flies outside of the back door. The waiter screams.
Oh!
The waiter runs back into the bar from the kitchen. She finds the man. The waiter is crying. The wind picks up. So I just want to say real quick, a quick note for you, Drea. This is like the waiter's worst nightmare come true. Like she's living her nightmare.
Okay.
Kind of in the words before, she kind of alludes to that. Like she has a deja vu moment. She's like, wait, I've seen this place before. So what's informing this, like the bird is getting away. This thought that you had is getting away. This idea that you trapped, that you took in as your own, realizing, man, this is not even my own dream. This is not even my own bird. So this is like worst nightmare come true. And yeah. All right.
Okay. So
Mhm.
is this kind of fast or is it like slow? Like, is it like a slow Ray? Ray, he flew outside
So
into the storm, or is it?
That's a really great question. So what's going to be happening technically with the sound, there's going to be like wind blowing. So like just imagine on a stage set or in an actual restaurant, like wind is blowing through the restaurant and it's like Ray, like it's like yelling over the wind. So it can be as slow or as fast as you want, but just with that intention that like this is my worst nightmare. Like, no, and if for you it's like quick, like no, right, like if that's it, or if it's a drawn out, like no, right, whatever it is that can get you into that emotional trigger of like, damn, like that's
Okay, I might have to practice that. Yeah.
all right, yeah, like, and yep, like damn, my bird is gone, like the restaurant is a mess. Damn, what's going on? Like it's like really like on the verge. Yeah.
Okay.
So all right, to hopping back into it. The waiter runs back into the bar from the kitchen. She finds the man. The waiter is crying. The wind picks up. And this is that moment of like, are you okay? Crying, but shouting over the wind. So they're next to each other, but the wind is like now just, it's the storm. So
Okay.
they're right next. Are you okay? Crying, but shouting over the wind.
Ray flew outside into the storm.
What?
The bird flew outside.
No, don't go outside. It's too dangerous.
Okay, so now for this never mind, like how is that going to be delivered?
Right. It's like, never mind. Like, like literally he can't even hear what you're talking about. And he doesn't even get why you're so attached to this damn bird. Like, never mind. You don't even know what I'm going through. And I'm not about to repeat myself.
Okay.
Like, no, don't go outside. You said the bird flew outside and the man heard, no, don't go outside. It's like, no, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can you deliver yours and then I'll go?
Yep. What?
The bird flew outside.
No, Don't go outside. It's
Never
too dangerous.
mind.
That's good. The waiter makes her way through the swing doors to the kitchen to close the back door. The back door closes. The waiter lets out a giant shriek and runs back into the bar. So just more yelling. It could be a yelling day, hollering day. A large figure appears from the swing doors. They are dripping in water. They are also covered in sea plants and pieces of fishnet. The figure pulls off its hood, revealing the fisher underneath. The waiter reaches for her mace. Then she recognizes the fisher.
Don't get any closer. I have mace.
And I've got hot coffee.
Wait, oh my goodness.
The fisher begins to cough up water. She faints. To the man.
Grab that bucket.
To the fisher.
Here, spit in this. There you go. There you go.
The fisher takes a giant breath in. She speaks.
I'm alive.
You're alive.
We're alive. The fisher and the waiter give the man a look. Well, aren't we?
You got that right. We alive. We alive, and life is just beautiful. Just beautiful, isn't it?
Come on, take a seat. The water must have gotten in your brain.
Nah, I'm good. I don't need no seat. I've been sitting for far too long. I want to stand. I want to move.
The fisher kicks over the bucket and puts one foot on it.
I just came back from the dead. Oh my goodness, I could scream right now, but I won't. Y'all, I just been given another chance at life, and I'm gonna take that chance. Yes, I am.
What happened out there?
It was frightening. It was miraculous. It was a matter of life and death. So check it. I'm on the phone with you, right? I'm damn near halfway down the Chesapeake Bay till I came in contact with the storm. Must have been moving up from the south, the islands. So I gathered a catch. I put it all in the net and I cranked that company speedboat. I'm trailing up north, up the bay. It's getting dark, gray. Can barely see the markers out there on the water. Winds start picking up severely, and I was advised in case of storms to pull up to the nearest pier. Someone on the docks would shelter me until the storm passes. But something was telling me to just power through it. It must have been my ego. Next thing I know, next thing I see is this massive wave coming from the west. So massive that it topples the boat, flings me off that thing and into the water.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't had no time to grab the life jacket. The wave took me right up out the boat. I'm struggling, trying to find where I am. At this point, I'm completely underwater. Even when I thought I had reached the surface, I was still underwater. My lungs just filling up with, my eyes was closed. I was certain that this was how I was gonna go. So I had started reckoning with source, started making my own bed, and I was ready to lay in it, make my peace, be satisfied with life, you know, my decisions, tried to clear my mind so that when it was over, I was over with it. I opened my eyes for what I thought would be the last time. I couldn't see nothing. Silly as it was, I took one last breath just to remember how it would feel. I was in complete darkness. My senses, I was about to close my eyes. I was about to let go. Really, I was. As I'm shutting my eyes for the last time, I see something. Something that wasn't darkness. It wasn't quite light either, but it stood out to me. You know, when you sense a figure around you, a figure holding life, it's got a pulse to it. You can pick up on the danger from it. Well, this thing wasn't quite moving like a threat, nor was it passive, docile. It had a presence about it that was unlike anything I had sensed before. Foreign, something. Then I realized what it was.
What was it?
It was an angel.
All right, I'm gonna go find you some aspirin.
I'm telling you, yo, it was an angel. I saw an angel, and I could prove it to you too.
The Fisher walks through the swing door to the kitchen. She opens the back door, letting in the enormous winds. She closes the door and comes back through the swing, dragging a giant fish net full of crabs and fish. The waiter and the man react to the foul smell. Ugh.
And here's how I know it was an angel. Ain't no way I could have completely capsized the boat and brought back all of this week's catch. So I'm looking at the angel, and the angel looking at me. It swam closer and closer to me, or me to it. I'm not quite sure, but when I saw it, I began to cry. I don't know how, but I felt tears coming down my face under the water. It made no sense, but I was experiencing it. The angel took me to the surface of the water, and I took a giant breath in.
The Fisher takes a large, dramatic breath in.
The angel had asked me, "Why are you not ready to transition?" I said, I believe I am, but I'm afraid. The angel said, "From your belief draws disbelief, fear. You are only afraid because you do not know." I said, "But I want to. I want to know." Then when I exhaled,
The Fisher takes a dramatic exhale and runs across the restaurant as if her breath is moving her.
I was transported. I was transported out this world, this atmosphere. The angel was with me. I was screaming. But I made sure not to close my eyes. I didn't want to miss out. I wanted to know exactly why the angel thought I wasn't ready. I like to think of myself as in tune, spiritual, you know? I know about the Orishas, you know, I meditate, you know, but no, said the angel. Next thing I saw was this blinding yellow light. It outshined all the darkness that was surrounding me. The light hit every corner of what I could see. The light was so blinding. You see, I couldn't even see myself. The more I tried, the more my brain started to fill in the blanks. An image started to form. But before I could make a shape out of it, I heard this crash. Boom. The light had changed its hue. It was now clear, blue, crystalline. I can't really describe the color, but I'll tell you how I felt. I could tell you how I felt. I felt calm, like I could think clearly. Then I saw an image of when I was interviewed at the job here. I could hear my thoughts almost. I'm gonna use this job. They might think they're using me, but I'm gonna use this job as my boom. The light crashed into another one, like a wave crashing into another wave. It was smoky orange, like opaque
Mm-hmm.
creamsicle. I can't really describe the color, but I can tell you what I experienced. It was like love. Then I saw an image. It was me again, here at the restaurant. I had just got my first check, my first real life check. I knew exactly what I was gonna spend it on. Some paintbrushes. I saw myself walking into my apartment the same day, and then boom, the image shifts and another light is present. Like when you change the channel on the TV screen, the color was green, dark green. I think that's what it was. I'm not quite sure, but I know how I felt. I know how I had felt. Devastated. The image that was projected was when I got my bill notice. Damn near all my paycheck was gonna have to go to it too. And it wasn't gonna be another 2 weeks until I got my next check. I thought I had forgot about that day. I was so worried. What was I gonna eat? How was I gonna get home? I had crouched down to the floor screaming in agony, no!
Yeah.
Not this again. The dark green light had crashed. Boom! Into another light. But it was a slow crash. Yeah. The transition was spreading across my field of vision. Like wild forest fire spreading across Cali. I was pissed. I was seeing red all over. The light was denser, but the images, they were projecting quicker. They were flashing almost. I could see me walking to work in the rain, even though I didn't want to. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see the images. I could see me taking some of that catch from the day and putting it in my backpack to take back home so that I could eat. I didn't want to see those things. I didn't want to remember what it was like to be without. So I started to swim. I swam away from the light, and with every stroke,
Fisher begins to swim around the restaurant.
I began to create a new color. I would swim, and from the thighs came purple, from my feet, purple too. I was able to erase the light I had just came from completely until I was surrounded by the new color. I made this place. I created this new light. Way out in the distance, another image popped up. It was you.
Fisher points to the waiter.
You had just called me on the phone before I set sail, just earlier tonight, wishing me a safe trip. I could see you was worried about me. I told you, don't worry, but you didn't believe me. I couldn't believe you didn't believe that I'd be back. Maybe you knew something I didn't know. Maybe you knew that I wouldn't come back. I swam towards you, but I wasn't moving. I was just swimming in place. Your image got further and further away, yet I was still in place, and the darkness returned. It crashed with the purple light. Boom! And I stopped. I opened my eyes and saw all 7 of the lights. They were spinning like washing machine cycles. One of them was calm. The other was ferocious, like that storm outside. One of the cycles rotated left, the other to the right. I saw them. I was outside of them all. And the angel turned around and asked if I was ready now. I said, no, I'm not ready. And I'm no longer afraid to admit that. I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do if I get the chance to come back. I don't just believe what I gotta do. I know.
What is it that you had to do?
Yup. When I said that, the angel laughed. Yo, I don't know how to laugh, but yeah.
it's I would say like maniacal, like madness, like Rafiki. Think of Rafiki laugh.
Laughed at me right in my face. I thought I had said something funny, so I started laughing too. I noticed the more I laughed, it was a laugh like ha ha ha, like you know, like.
I would say real quick, the first laugh is you mimicking the Fisher mimicking that angel, and the angel's laugh is like that Rafiki madness, like this like ambiguous shaman who's just like a trickster god. Like, so that's kind of like madness. So then as you go on, it's like laughed at me right in my face. I thought I had said something funny, so I started laughing too. You know, like it's like like so funny. And then I noticed the more I laugh, in this third laugh, you kind of like actually start laughing like. Like, actually, that was funny, even though I ain't get it. You know,
Okay.
just kind of convincing yourself that it's funny.
Okay. I noticed the more I laughed, yo, I'm just doing like, okay. I noticed the more I laughed, the more I was moving in towards those washing machine spin cycles again, just traveling through those waters. And which one is this? Okay.
Like now it's like a little mad,
Okay.
like yeah, let's like madness. It's like going mad, going like
Okay. And laughing and going through until I'm back inside of my body. Woo! Ha! Back inside my own little spin cycle. And I swim up to the surface of the water and took a giant breath in.
The fisher takes a large dramatic breath in.
And took that breath out and said,
The fisher exhales.
I gotta quit. The buoy, is that buoy?
Yep,
Okay.
that's exactly it.
I gotta quit. The buoy from the speedboat was around my waist. I found my way back to the speedboat and I hopped on. I sped through the storm.
The fisher mimes being in the speedboat. So I will say right now, real quick note, this is like this part of the monologue is sped up. So that's for the comedic timing. And then yeah, so it can be like real quick, like if that helps. Okay.
So the angel part, this part?
Yeah, right here now it's like speeding, like you're on the boat and you're storytelling. Basically, it's a big old storytelling. Imagine if it's in person, like think of like a storyteller, a MC, a griot type of thing. And like, so now you're like acting it out.
Okay. That angel was with me on the boat, speeding along with me. I was like, why are you still here? The angel was like, I'm here to experience just like you. I said, all right, want to play 21 questions? He said, sure. Person, place, a thing. I was like, huh? The angel was like, well, how do you play 21 questions? I'm like, we just ask each other random questions until we reach 21. He said, bet. Question 1. What are you doing here on this boat at 1 o'clock in the morning? I say, I'm working overtime for a job that I don't even care about. Shouldn't you know that? You're an angel. Aren't you like omnipotent? And he's all like, no double questions. Then I asked him what's his favorite Bible story is. He told me the one where he was wrestling Jacob. I said, that was you? He said, mm-hmm. Then I asked him what his biggest fear is, and
shouting.
You can't quit.
Well, sure I can. I survived death, didn't I? This is what I came back here to do. In fact, I'm going to Barnes' office right now and grabbing me a pen to write my resignation letter.
That's really good. I want to do a quick pause because this is a shift. Like the waiter has been building up the entire, like that monologue, the fish is going to be talking for like a good 5 minutes. So that whole time, the waiter's just like, in that burst of you can't quit, that's like, shut the whole restaurant down. You can't quit. Like, she's just like, forget, like what you're saying is mad. Like you're not making no sense, but that made sense. Like you can't quit. So that is that like big old like, and then it reverts the fisher to go back to reality in a lot of ways. Like, well, sure I can. Who are you to tell me I can't quit? I just got confirmation. In fact, I'm gonna go to the, so it kind of does help the fisher break out of that like story to actually go and practicalize her quitting, if that helps.
Okay.
So can I hear that part of that end of that monologue too? That
you saying the part?
Yeah, the and then can I hear that the waiter coming in again with that? Like then I ask him what his biggest fear is.
Okay. I said, that was you? He said, Then I asked him what his biggest fear is, and
oh, I was waiting for you to read shouting.
Oh, my bad. Shouting. Sorry.
Okay. You can't quit.
Well, sure I can. I survived death, didn't I? This is what I came back here to do. In fact, I'm going to Barnes' office right now and grabbing me a pen to write my resignation letter.
The fisher from the kitchen. So now you're like out, not seen, but you're still saying, shouting.
Who I'm talking to?
Like just like the void, like by going back into the kitchen, you're doing an activity. The fish is doing an activity, and now you're just thinking out loud. Of course, I can't. I can't be scared no more. This is like your affirmation, but you're not really saying talking to anyone.
Okay.
Mhm.
I can't be scared no more. I was only scared because I believed in things. I shouldn't believe in things. I should know things. And how do you get to know things? You experience them. You learn about them. You hypothesize, you theorize, you ostracize, you categorize, you realize that your real eyes can already realize. You just calcify trying to justify your ability to philosophize. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
You can't quit because I'm going to quit.
We can just both quit.
The fisher begins to write a letter, building emotion.
That's easy for you to do. You never commit to anything. You've never cared enough. But I care. I care enough to show up here for the last month while this place gets torn down and built back up, upgraded and renovated for the future. You just started here and now you want to quit? All right, fine. Then who's going to keep this place running, huh? Who's going to keep it? Who's going to leave it tidy for the next person to come in on their shift without having to worry about the cleaning list? This place wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for us. Who's going to preset the table? Who's going to tally the anchovies for the breakfast omelets? Forget about featuring the bottom of the barrel crab cakes in the newspaper. Feature us. We're the ones who make this place what it is. Me and my family, since I was a kid, made this place what it is today. My family was at the top of the barrel, eating out every weekend after Sunday service. Then all of a sudden, I grew up to realize we got swapped out. Now we're the bottom of the barrel crabs, ready to be cooked, right here at the bottom, working 24-hour shifts with security cameras and midnight health inspectors and midnight health inspections. This was my dream. The Noah's Ark. And I got washed up. We were all washed up from the flood. And the ark was moved on. Sailing through the canes right now. I can't leave this place. I literally cannot leave this place because of the storm. Because if I quit, who's gonna feed Ray when she comes back? What if she doesn't come back? What if she never comes back to this place?
No. You got an opportunity to leave this place. You ain't gonna take that? I can't make you do nothing you don't want to do, but you want to know my plan? I'm writing this note here telling Thomas Barnes that I officially quit, effective immediately. I'm taking the company boat down to the Carolinas, and I'm taking my art with me. What you talking about? Yeah, all these paintings I donated to the restaurant and Barnes is just gonna have them wrapped up on the floor while these Picasso ripoffs hang on the walls.
The fisher spits at the wall.
I'm leaving. You should come with me.
I want to, but I can't. I can't just leave. I have to tell Barnes to his face.
Suit yourself.
The fisher leaves the letter on the bar.
It was nice knowing you. And you too, whoever you are.
That's fair. I don't quite know who I am either. The fisher leaves through the swing door. The back door closes. The lights flicker on. The power generates the lights back on slowly. They flicker again until they are back on fully. The security camera power on sounds. The man's phone powers on. Notification buzzes. The restaurant landline rings. The waiter stands still. The man runs to the other side of the bar where his phone is. The waiter runs out through the swing door. The man is glued to his phone. Nobody answers the phone. The restaurant voice message begins. Thanks for calling the new and improved Big House Family Seafood Restaurant. Still the same home of the world-famous bottom of the barrel crab cake, now open 24 hours. Sorry that neither me or one of my hostesses couldn't answer your call, but if you leave your name, number, and a good time to call back, we'll be sure to get in touch. Bye for now. So that's where I want to end it. And I just want to say thank y'all and really, 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 really great delivery. Real quick, I got this alternative ending that, again, it does not call for like any of your characters' voices, but it's really just kind of like a eerie, like what WTF kind of ending. We don't have to go over it right now, but it's here in the script. You can access it anytime. Long story short, like Barnes can like track people's, like the security camera system can like track people's phones. And so Barnes has a moment of like, oh, so you don't know who you are, but I know who you are. Oh, you're on your way to take a train, because he like went through it. I was having a moment when I was writing, but maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. But really great, really, really, really great job, Drea and Just. That was it. How did that feel? How did your monologue feel?
Well, I'm like wanting to get a lot more comfortable with it, especially the paragraph parts, like the really big paragraphs and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked it. Like I said, I want to get more comfortable with it. So, and then I'll better be able to say like this is how I feel, because I feel like I didn't get into it as much as, you know, if I was more comfortable with it and stuff like that.
For sure.
But I do like the idea of it. I like what it was about. You know, I like yeah, I like that. Like I feel like I could be myself in it pretty much. Like in the actual character, I can just talk how I really talking from. So that's good. Like I like that.
Good.
Yeah, just get more comfortable with it, really.
For sure. How did both of y'all feel about the ending? From the playwright perspective.
Second year. Oh, go ahead.
Just my only
I was just
disclaimer would be, I just wanted to wrap things up to kind of bring it full circle. So yeah, how did that come across?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I thought it was clear once like I heard it completely through, and now that I know that's how it ends, I would probably just like tone it a little differently, just like for myself, like when I deliver it, just like say it a little different, because it kind of like I'm still like really hype, and it's about to end, so I want to like calm down a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's cool, and then the voicemail, I think that was gonna be like a cool, like, you know, the audio quality of it, like being able to beep, and then you know, it's like and all of that. So yeah,
I think I want to keep it just to have a WTF moment, because there's a lot of things that aren't solved. Like, who the hell is this man? Just to add like a WTF, like what? Just to kind of leave, like what?
Yeah,
what
I would say too, like the eerie part that you mentioned, like the end. That's, to me, sounds like I would want it to be an eerie ending. Like also, like the alternative. I mean, I didn't read through it, but just you saying like that it's like eerie and it's like, you know, and also too like, I guess like what Dre was saying too about like the waiter tone, how it's like intense. I kind of want her to be the bigger part of the ending, I guess. You know?
The waiter.
Yeah, like I'm not sure. I don't know, but I'm saying
no.
like,
Yes.
Like,
what I have is that, you know, it is kind of open for interpretation. Like I say in the stage directions, the waiter runs out through the swing door. So like she like goes to the back, wherever that is. Kind of like leaving like a little open-ended, like, did she quit, or is she going back to write a letter too? But I hear you. Okay, I hear you. All right, that's it. That's the big house. So yeah, that is you are free to access the script whenever, go through it. If it comes down to like line changes, if you feel it is appropriate to like switch it up when you record it, you can like let me know beforehand. I can just go in there, easily change it. I'm not heavy on the exact wording. I'm more so heavy on, you got the feeling of it. You got the emotion and what would even make you say those words. So even if you got the, like, you can have the right emotion and feeling, but you said like completely something else, I'm gonna be like, damn, I still felt that. Let me go change the words. Cause I was even doing that as y'all were doing it. switching over to logistic things, the next 2 weeks I have them dedicated to y'all recording y'all lines. Next week for me is spring break, and bro, I'm excited. Not that I'm tired, I just need time to catch up with the stuff that I've been involved in. So, but I say that to say, like, I'm freer than ever. So you can hit me up separately, like, hey, can we just, we can chop it up for a few hours, just like a regular talk about the play, and then whatever you need to get into character. I'll make myself available all next week, but basically the next 2 weeks logistically go like this. Whatever recording device that y'all got, the iPhone is really good, and the phone is really good in general. You don't need a microphone. Your phone is really good to record on, or an iPad or a laptop. I would ask you to record those lines in
You want us to record it and send it to you?
Yes.
Or
yeah.
Oh.
Record all the lines. Okay. So I would usually I've done like Zoom. I've heard of like Zoom theater where people, like how we're talking right now, we could literally take this recording and it could be the play, but the quality is just sucky. Like, it's just not it. So I would
And that
ask
would
y'all
probably be cool with like timing and stuff, like it already being separate, then like you can have something come in sooner and
and it's better quality too. So when like dedicating some time to, and you don't have to necessarily record it in a row, or record it in order of the script. And when y'all have all of those lines, I would ask for you to upload it to the folder. I'll go ahead and put the order to it and everything. And then after that, I'll get the sound designer, who's also the engineer, to take all the sound cues that I upload and all your lines. And then by tourist season, this thing is out. So basically, every season for this project is dedicated to post-production and getting all the, and then tourist season would be like, all right, putting it out. Is 2 weeks enough time for y'all to sit with it and record and send in? I know it's a lot.
Well, I do have a question, but okay, so I was gonna ask, like, okay, so as far as recording it, I'm sure it's just probably self-explanatory, but I just want to make sure. So I'm gonna be saying my part and skipping everything else, right? Just pausing and then.
You can say it in your head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Also too, like, okay, so I know we talked a little bit about like it being like, for my part, like musically a little bit, like kind of like singing certain parts and stuff. So I was wondering about that because like like a musical, right? Like High School Musical, right? Everybody is singing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is on the table, everybody singing, versus like one person, singing, I was just I'm just put like, what I'm kind of trying to say? Like, where I'm like, okay, so there's certain parts I would want to sing, not like the whole thing or whatever. Like,
yeah, for sure. I would say, right, as where you see fit. I don't have any reservations of like, don't do that. And the part of the collaboration process, like, I want to hear your interpretation, because the actors is what's going to bring these words to life. These words ain't shit. So y'all bringing these words to life. So if you've got a whole line that you want to sing, and I would just say, because in musicals, and that's why I ain't a fan of musicals personally, so if there's a part of the monologue, my only note would be like, if there's a part of the monologue that like is providing exposition, as in like giving us like information. So there are moments where, like on page 24 right here, I got it, like, this is where the storytelling part starts. So it's like the fish was like, so check it. I'm on the phone with you, right? I'm damn near halfway down the Chesapeake Bay. That's exposition. That's giving like information. So I wouldn't ask if you wouldn't sing those parts, but there are moments that the Fisher does have where, for example, when she goes in and goes to the back to go get the letter, I can't be scared no more. I was only like, those can be when you're having those. You see, if does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Even when it comes down to this, like quick, like going back and forth at the top of 28, that angel would like that could be like rap. That angel was with me on a boat, speeding along with me. I was like, why are you still here? The angel was like, I'm here to experience. What was like that? Those could be those because that's like a comedic moment too.
Okay, yeah.
And even when it gets into talking about the lights, those are moments too of that can be some sing song. But I would just ask.
Oh yeah.
My bad. Like the dark green light had crashed. Boom. Into another light. Like those are moments. And then I would just say to speak like those moments when you do come back down, when you come back to earth, when you like. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Because every character has a moment where they're like talking to each other and then they kind of just like talk to like God basically, which is like some really classic Roman theater shit. Like they were just like having full monologues, like, but they were in their living room and then they would just stop and be like, but then I saw my life. And so I'm making fun of that. Like making fun of that. So yeah, that's really good and completely up to your interpretation.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything from you, Drea? Like as far as would it be helpful if I did do that recording of the play? I know I feel like I keep going back and forth.
No, I thought today was really good just with the stopping because those parts was like probably like the parts that I would have wanted to hear back anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna just read through it and get more comfortable. That's pretty much where I'm at with it too.
All right, bet. Then look, it's a all right. I'm gonna stop the recording right now, but I'm gonna just keep the call back on. But all right, this is
I'm all itchy eyed.
This is the Big House Big House Seafood Restaurant. The Big House with Drea, Jam, and Just, and that is a wrap for Rehearsal. All right, now let me actually stop it. Stop the share and stop the recording.